The message came at 4:12 p.m., just as I was sprinkling parsley over the roasted potatoes. Mom, don't worry about dinner tonight. Something came up. We'll reschedule. It was from Daniel. I stood there in my kitchen, the smell of garlic and rosemary wrapping around me like a hug that suddenly felt foolish. The chicken was already resting on the counter, golden and perfect. The apple pie cooled by the window, its crust carefully crimped the way Daniel liked since he was little. Something came up. I read the message again, then a third time. I typed back, "Is everything okay?" The 3 little dots never appeared, no reply. For a moment I told myself to let it go. He was 32 now, married, busy. Life moved faster for him than it ever had for me. I wiped my hands on a dish towel and stared at the table I had set for 4, Daniel, his wife Melissa, my granddaughter Sophie, and me. The cloth napkins were folded into neat rectangles. I had even put out the small ceramic bunny Sophie loved, though Easter had long passed. Maybe I was overreacting. Still, something about the message felt rehearsed, polite, distant. I glanced at the clock, 5:10 p.m. Without fully deciding to, I grabbed my cardigan and my purse. The food could stay warm in the oven. Daniel's house was only 15 minutes away. If something really had come up, an emergency, an argument, a sick child, I would be there. That's what mothers did. The drive felt longer than usual. My hands tightened around the steering wheel as the sky dimmed into early evening. I tried not to imagine things, tried not to let that small ache in my chest grow teeth. When I turned onto Daniel's street, I noticed the cars first. His car, Melissa's SUV. And another one I didn't recognize. The house lights were on, warm, bright, alive. I pulled into the driveway slowly. Laughter floated through the slightly open kitchen window. I froze. Not chaos, not emergency. Laughter. I stepped out of the car, my heart thudding in my ears. The air smelled like grilled meat and something sweet, maybe honey glaze. I walked up the path, each step heavier than the last. Through the dining room window, I saw them. Daniel sat at the head of the table, Melissa beside him, Sophie in her booster seat, waving a fork excitedly, and across from them, Melissa's parents. Plates were full, glasses raised, candles lit. They were eating. Together. Without me. For a moment, I genuinely wondered if I had the wrong day, if I had misunderstood something. But no, this was Sunday, family dinner day, the day Daniel had insisted we keep, even after he married. I stood there long enough to see Melissa lean over and whisper something to Daniel. He smiled, not the tight, stressed smile of a man dealing with a crisis, a relaxed one, easy. The kind he used to give me when he was little, and I'd surprised him with pancakes shaped like dinosaurs. My chest tightened. I could have turned around, driven home, pretended I'd never seen it. Instead, before I could talk myself out of it, I knocked. The laughter inside stopped almost instantly. Footsteps approached, the door opened. Daniel's face drained of color. Mom! Behind him, the table sat in full view. Melissa's mother clutched her napkin. Her father avoided eye contact. I thought, I said carefully, my voice surprisingly steady, that something came up. Silence stretched between us like a pulled thread, ready to snap. Daniel ran a hand through his hair. Mom, Melissa stood, forcing a thin smile. We didn't want to hurt your feelings. My feelings. I blinked, by cancelling on me and then having dinner anyway. Sophie spotted me then. Grandma, she squealed, wriggling in her seat. That sound nearly undid me. Daniel stepped outside, closing the door behind him, as if I were a neighbor complaining about the noise. Mom, please, he said quietly, it's not what you think. It looks exactly like what I think. He sighed. Melissa's parents feel like they never get time with us. Every Sunday is your day. We just thought maybe we could alternate, but we didn't know how to tell you. So you lied. His jaw tightened. We didn't lie, we just didn't explain. A bitter laugh escaped me before I could stop it. You told me something came up. I imagined car accidents, hospitals. He looked guilty. Good. I cooked all afternoon, I added softly. For you, for Sophie. His shoulders slumped. Mom, you don't have to do that every week. The words hit harder than I expected. I don't have to. For years, feeding him had been my language, my way of staying necessary, of staying included. I know I don't have to, I said. I want to. Another silence. Inside, I could see Melissa's mother watching through the curtain. Daniel lowered his voice. You're always there, Mom. You've always been there. We need space too, to build our own traditions. Space? I hadn't realized I was crowding them. I thought I was supporting them, helping, loving. I would have understood, I said finally, if you just told me. I know, he swallowed. I'm sorry. The door opened slightly behind him, and Sophie's small voice drifted out. Daddy, is Grandma coming in? Daniel looked at me. I looked past him at the table. There was no empty chair. No place set for me. I think, I said gently, stepping back, I'll head home. Mom, wait. It's okay, I interrupted, and surprisingly it was. The hurt was still there, sharp and fresh, but beneath it was something steadier, clarity. I had built my weeks around a ritual that no longer fit their life. That didn't mean I didn't belong. It meant things had changed. I'll call you tomorrow, Daniel said. I nodded. Next time, just tell me the truth. He stepped forward like he might hug me, then hesitated. I closed the distance myself and wrapped my arms around him. He still smelled like the same soap he'd used as a teenager. I love you, I whispered. I love you too, Mom. I walked back to my car with my head high. At home, the kitchen was still warm, the table still set. I stood there for a long moment before slowly putting the plates away. I packed the chicken into containers, sliced the pie. Then I did something I hadn't done in years. I called my neighbor, Mrs. Alvarez. Are you busy? I asked. Well, she said with a laugh, I was just about to heat up a frozen dinner. Would you like something better? An hour later, we were sitting at my table, eating roasted chicken and laughing over stories about her garden and my disastrous attempt at online shopping last week. The food tasted just as good. Maybe better. Later that night, Daniel texted again. I'm really sorry, Mom. Can we talk tomorrow? Maybe figure out a schedule that works for everyone. I stared at the message for a moment. Then I replied, Of course, but next Sunday you're coming here, and I'm not asking. 3 dots appeared instantly this time. Deal. I set my phone down and looked around my quiet house. I wasn't excluded. I was adjusting. And maybe, just maybe, there was room at the table for everyone.